The most terrifying stand in JoJo is pretty subjective, is the word I would probably use. It could be Star Platinum's ability to stop time, or King Crimson's ability to erase time, or the hand's ability to erase anything with the swipe of its right hand. But personally for me, I think it's Made in Heaven. And I'm just saying, that motherfucker's scary. And it's totally not because, Made in Heaven's lower half is a horse and it looks like an abomination, but its ability to accelerate time. It's kind of a weird subject to talk about because accelerating time is a very abstract and supernatural way of powering up your villains. But first, we gotta talk about the user, because without the user, what's the stand? Some weird-ass ghost thing? Which is a perfect description for stands. Weird. Pucci is a black priest that had very gay relationships with Dio, and eventually made a plan to reset the universe and make it perfect. And he has a brother, and his brother tried to bang his sister without knowing because they were separated at birth. So Pucci tried to stop the relationship between Weather Report and his sister, but it completely went south side because Pucci got the KKK involved, and well, it ended up killing his sister and giving his brother a stand, and it just became a hell of a family drama event. And due to this event, Pucci just kind of drove himself closer to Dio, causing the Made in Heaven plan to be created. And Made in Heaven was a thing. So yeah, good explanation, question mark? With that brief and short explanation on who Pucci is as a person, and I'll probably explain more as the video goes on, we're finally going to talk about his ultimate stand, Made in Heaven. He's terrifying. Just the raw energy he gives off is just fearsome. So explaining Made in Heaven's ability is kind of weird, because at first you think, oh, that's how it works, and then you reread it again and you're like, I had that totally wrong. So during your first read-through of Made in Heaven's ability, you probably think it has the ability to reset the universe through speed. Being able to go so fast that everything behind it just starts, going away is probably the best description I would give to it. And just with one manga panel, I completely had my thought process renewed. Basically, Pucci says this, and I quote, "It's finally complete, the power of gravity." Reading this one quote makes Made in Heaven's ability way deeper than it actually is. Made in Heaven's ability, in actuality, is a supernatural black hole. So of course I have to back up my reasoning with facts to prove this statement, and it's actually pretty easy to. How does time work in a black hole? To a distant observer, clocks near a black hole would appear to tick more slowly than those further away from the black hole. This effect would also be called gravitational time dilation. With that short little definition on how time works in a black hole, and you start connecting things back to Pucci, Made in Heaven starts to look more like a black hole because, well, everything around Pucci doesn't age, but everything farther away starts to, at a very slow rate, but then starts to pick up almost immediately. Counter argument I can see people saying is, isn't Pucci moving super fast? Doesn't that make sense that, his speed's making everything around him, slow down or go faster? Well, actually no. The thing about black holes are moving super fucking fast. Like, incredibly fast. So it would totally make sense if Pucci was the center of gravity as being a black hole himself. It would be of reasonable estimate to assume that he can move as fast as a black hole, or is just really fast because his stand's a black hole. So what I'm basically trying to say here is Made in Heaven equals a black hole, but it's a little bit more unique. It seems to be supernatural in a way, due to the fact that anything far away that's inanimate seems to decay a lot faster than things are alive, if you understand that. And anything that's, alive next to him doesn't seem to be affected by the whole, decaying or rotting or like erasing away. Example, Emporio. He was super close to Pucci and wasn't affected at all. Everything else around the world that wasn't close to Pucci soon to become non-existent in almost a couple minutes. And remember here, Made in Heaven is so powerful with its supernatural black hole-like ability, it made Time Stop, yes, Time Stop, Jotaro's Time Stop, completely almost weak, pathetic even. It only had a time stop of 4 seconds. It got reduced. It got nerfed again. And that wasn't even by the writer. It was by another stand user, dude. So to bring it all back to the title of this video, I feel like the reason Made in Heaven is so terrifying to me at a cosmic horror level of writing, I'd probably define it as, is that once you look at it and, start to feel the effects of this stand's power, you get scared. Like, just imagine it. You're spending time around with your family or doing something you like, and all of a sudden everything around you starts to crumble, fade away as the stars and the sun look like they're bending. Is that not scary? Just to think about that? I know I'm like getting deep for a YouTube video with a channel with 20 subscribers, but like, isn't that wild? Just to see everything you know and love just go within an instant. It's kind of crazy. And, you know, there might be a chance that you die and you don't remember anything. A sweet death, in fact. But then possibility of you surviving into that next universe without you fully knowing what the hell just happened. You're in a new world. You don't know anything. You see people you recognize and stuff, but they all call you by different names. They don't have the same names. They look the same, but they're not. It's kind of like being put in a cage and not knowing where that cage is. It's just kind of scary, you know? Kind of fearful.